we're back and we're doing another giveaway today. And so he bet, gave up, had a6. No, 6 of clubs. So turn barrel is probably fine though. And then yeah, river check because he shows down and wins sometimes. Alright, trying to make sure I have the correct layout. Value betting the river. Planning to just free barrel that one off. This would be interesting. I think we'd want to give up on that specific card. Just going small turn and river, trying to get value from some ace high and 6-6. He had 10-6, so exactly the kind of hand that I was targeting. Flop the straight flush draw. Small size makes a lot of sense here, and should be able to value bet 7 on the river. Just gonna go half. pool's like pretty small today, so I think we're mostly gonna just be playing short-handed. Is it 10-7-4 two-tone this time? Nah. Haven't gotten around to making one of those. What I have done though is I am now selling my preflop ranges. And the reason I'm doing that is because one of the previous streams I had, I noticed a lot of people were asking about, you know, what I do pre-flop. It's a pretty clean river. All in. So calling the free bet, pretty small size, got the backdoor nut flush draw and the gut shot, so yeah, should be calling those. calls. Yeah. Is 2-5 considered micro? No. 2-5 is pretty reasonable stakes. So this is usually going to be a continue. And value bet the river. Raise with some backdoors there. And so calling out the stack size, given he only made it 9 bigs as well. Flop also pretty clear call. Don't think we're raising this combo against size often. Yeah, and then turn, I'm just gonna keep calling. We have pretty good equity. And can't really call with king high, so easy fold. Sometimes you just gotta call and try to hit. Alright, so we get check. We check raise, we get free bet here. Just gonna like 4-bet, get it in. And 8, pretty reasonable stack off, I guess. I'm not sure how frequently you want to free bet that. Like, it does okay against like combo draws. But I don't think it's like high frequency free bet at all. It's like mainly a spot where you'd call. Can I use those ranges for 50Z? Yes, they work for 50Z. We're gonna just call. No reason to raise here. Like you'd use them, but probably make some adjustments to them. Like theoretically, if you're playing Iggy 50Z, like your ranges should be a bit tighter. So you'd fold like the bottom of range, like mixed hand. So if it's like, okay, you have like king 8 suited and then you're supposed to open it, sometimes you could just always fold. Same with hands like deuces through 6s, where those are not always opened, but you can just like tighten it up slightly. Same with, I guess, also like ace 10, king jack offsuit, just like from under the gun. So you'd just like you'd maybe tweak the ranges like slightly, but yeah. Can't believe you fucking knit. So if you guys have been following my Instagram, that's Squishy Doggy is Anthony. He's trying to lose weight. Needs me to come play ball with him. We actually have a bet. So he needs to lose 10 kilos in 2 months. Currently he weighs 92.7 kilograms as at the start of the bet. So if you're in the US, that's around 200 pounds, and he has to lose 22 pounds. So that's the conversion right there. So he has until Christmas to do it. And yeah, we bet, me and my friend bet 1k each against his 1k, so we're risking, well, he's risking 1k to win 2k on this bet. I think it's pretty achievable. Like, I'm sure he'll get like pretty close. If not, he'll like actually just smash it. But it's something that either you do it or you don't. Why is Jack 10 a pure raise on Jack 7 free in a free bet pot, button versus small blind? That's pretty intuitive. It's just like you want to raise there because overcards don't really like, well, overcards make your hand like pretty unplayable, so you'd rather just like realize your equity like right now and try to get it in and deny some of their like ace king, ace queen, ace jack. I mean, not ace jack, but like king queen, like all of those hands. There's just a lot of bad turn cards. If you hit your turn 10, obviously that's like alright, but in general, like the solver likes to raise hands, you know, kind of like you can call it for like protection / equity denial when the kicker isn't, like the kicker to your top pair isn't an overcard, rather it's like an undercard, and then your kicker is like kind of good enough where you can do so. So like this hand, like you'd probably just call like 10-9 like most of the time, and then you'd check raise like 9-8. You bet river here. Pretty like reasonable to barrel this off, unblocking diamond draws. Yeah, and also it's like you can't do it in like single raise pot as much, but in like free bet pot, like you often can just stack off with like top pair because of stack to pot ratio. It's a good turn. So I probably want to raise like bigger because there's a bunch of like pair plus, I mean there's a bunch of flush draw plus gut shot, like ace high flush draw that we probably never get a fold from, that we want to just like get more value against. Like in general, I think we're pretty polarized there already. I'm trying to open a zone table on Iggy right now and it just opens a blank black table. Yeah, that happens a bunch to me. You generally want to just try opening another table again. If all of them are blank, probably restart your computer or restart your Ignition client. Pro tech support tip: turn it off and turn it back on. Yeah, so he's basically got to lose more than 10% of his weight in 2 months. You can make that argument for a lot of similar hands. Jack 10 is a raise versus any size and it's not that close. 10 kilo is easy, just smoke some meth, easy peasy, 2 sleeps till Christmas. Well, we made the bet, so it's not like... It's not enough money where he would want to take like drastic measures, but it's still enough money that he'll want to actually like go through with it. Because like, if we made the bet like 10k, he'd just be like, alright, all in. But like, if we make it like 2k to 1k, it's like, you want to do it, but there's part of you which is like, is this like worth it or not? Check, fold. If you take pure GTO into this bird dog pool, you're gonna have a bad time. You're never gonna have a bad time if you can actually play properly GTO, mate. Like, if you can just play like a full like GTO strat, you're just printing against everyone because they're so far from equilibrium that any strat they play is just like inferior. Obviously, there are a lot of situations where you might gain an exploitative edge if you know like the clear deviation that's incentivized. But not everyone can just be like, oh yeah, this is like the clearest exploit in the world, I'm gonna do it every single time. But yeah, Anon is like interesting in that sense. It's like, okay, you know that pool plays a certain way, you know that good regs will try to exploit or punish pool tendencies, and then there's like a meta. So there's like exploit and counter exploit stuff going on all the time. I'd say like in much bigger pools, your goal is pretty simple. Like crush like the bottom 90% of the pool with your strat and don't worry about the top 10%. Like if your strat is beating like 90% of players, who cares if you run into the 10% and maybe you lose a little bit of EV against that 10%. I'm gonna tank on this hand because I wanna fill my glass again. So like let's take a look at the Jack 10 example, right? If you don't raise Jack 10, what happens to your opponent's strategy? They get to basically just like c-bet more with like overcard type hands and not get punished for it. Now, if you start raising a lot, they have to now be like, oh shit, like I don't want to always bet my overcards because this guy keeps like raising me. Like I'm just putting money into the pot, and now they want to start checking so that they can just like see the turn. Right, that's kind of the main idea of this. This is a bit weird. I think I'm just gonna fold this. 9 isn't like a great card to have. So yeah, once you start getting raised more, like you're like, alright, I'll kind of stop betting as often when I have like a certain part of my range. So we squeeze here. This isn't like the best board for me. I think I want to be checking this. Just seeing the turn first would be good. Also seeing these guys and what action they're taking. Like this guy's flat range is like so like, it's like right, I think we're actually good here. Like once he jams, I would have been concerned if he like did something else. Okay, this guy has a flopped flush GG. Yeah, I mean his small size is like, well, I'm not loving it getting it in there, but I think it's okay. just because we're like oftentimes we're just gonna be against like some guy with like top pair, some guy with a flush draw, and we're doing alright. 5-3 suited, geez. Yeah, like I'm not worried too much about the guy who like shoved. It's like I know sometimes I'm gonna run into a hand from the button, but it's still probably fine to get it in there. Okay. Trying to reset this table so I can get a full stack. kicker plays pretty often. Just calling this time. At the end of the day, you are making money from Rakeback Plus affiliates, but not on the tables. Doesn't matter to you. If you win a lot at the tables, the site won't give you high rate. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like whatever. Is there a new Ignition server for Aussies? I think it's pretty much the same. Like they changed the IP and stuff, but the EG is still the same. So a new Ignition server, like also like that question is just like, you're assuming you're playing on one server, but it's more likely it's just multiple. Well, I'd rather take the washing machine back since the sound went very muffled. Yeah, alright, give me a sec. Alright, we check. We made it back in time to defend. He was trying to trap us. So yeah, in the hand where we got snap called, he had queens. So king 10-5, turn 6, river 8, queens. Pretty ambitious snap call. $538 thinks Biden wins 88% of the time. You can get Biden for -200. Who is this fish? Might as well pile Biden. I mean, if you haven't already. I mean, I got in at, I usually use decimal odds, but my initial bet on Biden was at like -110, and then I did another one at like -130. That was before Trump got COVID. I have a question regarding the ranges you're selling. Fire away. It's a good turn. First, why is the IP 4-bet size larger than out of position? That's a pretty easy one. And that's just mainly because the initial size that you're facing when you get 3-bet out of position is larger. So they're making it 11 bigs, so we just call off here. Not what the fuck? Okay, thanks for the gift. Second, can I buy them with Skrill? Yeah, I can get them to you with Skrill. I haven't set up like a payment gateway for Skrill yet, but you can take Skrill. Just PM me. So yeah, like 11 BB to 24, like relatively the size is like, what is it, like 2.3x, and then the other one is a bit larger. Like they're still going like 2.6x. It's 8.5 to like 22.5. So there you go. It's just a sizing thing. Do you know a guy named Michael? I do. I know a few people named Michael. Depends on their last name. But I'm not like close friends with anyone called Mike. Free 538 had Trump at like 5% last year, so yeah. I mean, Trump always has this like Trump's range is under-repped basically, because some random people like vote for him that don't publicly like voice their opinion. But like if you look at 538, like I wouldn't actually, like I don't trust their like numbers. What I do is I would trust like, you know, the betting markets more than 538. Just look at what prices you can get across multiple books, you know. What happened around 22k hands? Playing higher stakes, yeah. Pretty much. Also heatering. There was a period during COVID where there were some really good high stakes games. And then the game's kind of like dried up a bit, so I'm back to playing 500 more. There's also a period where I was testing some stuff out, and for my like mid stakes, small stakes students, so I played 200Z for a bit. A pretty cool hand on the stream. Around 9-5 suited punt. I'm gonna go small. That's the best turn in the deck. Wow. Just jam. No jam. Oh, we check this back. Alright, we're gonna jam then, if you're not gonna jam. You lose, sir, unless you're slow rolling. Not a slow roll. Maybe it was a slow roll, but he slow rolled with worse. Okay, no. He had 9-6 of clubs. Jeez, we're just getting gifted today. This is crazy. These are the days that I play for. So a lot of the time you're just playing and you're like, well, okay, another regular session, battling the rogues, and then some days you get these like random gifts. Yeah, I don't know Michael Braden. Are you familiar with BDZ? Big Daddy Zeng. Who is this? What do you think of Bluff the Spot and MMA Sherdog? Well, like obviously like MMA is a good player. I don't think I've played with him on ACR. Yeah, like in regards to like Bluff the Spot though, I can't really say too much about their program. Like from what I've heard, it's just like, it's very group coaching centered. They do have some like other content out there, like their free content's like alright. Some of his like high stakes breakdowns are kind of fun. At the moment, I'm in the process of writing a blog, which is looking at like the viability of playing poker as a profession. Also looking at like how much you can make playing different stakes. One of the things I mentioned, like it's not out yet, but it'll be out soon once I finalize everything. But yeah, one of the things I mentioned was basically that like if you're playing high stakes, like games aren't consistently running, so you're pretty much if you're a 2K reg, like a lot of the time you're forced to play like 1K or 5. This is a float. They're really complicated. Over complicated. I mean, most solver ranges are pretty complicated. But the idea is like you look at like a GTO strat, and then from that GTO strat you understand like how you're supposed to play, but you don't necessarily have to like RNG and play that way. Like most Monka ranges look probably similar. Like learning how to play exactly like similar to solver is quite hard. But it's pretty rewarding when you can get to that point. Like I have, if you ever play against like GTO trainer with like whack simplified ranges and then use like the mixed ones, you're just like shit, like mixed ones are like pretty good. The ones from the Bible are ridiculously mixed for like every hand, every position. Yeah, sounds like solver ranges. Like the point of solver ranges is just like, alright, adapt, make adaptations from them. It's like, here's the equilibrium, figure out what you want to do next. I'm gonna bet the turn, straight flush draw, pretty reasonable hand to block with. Probably box some combos of like 9, 8, 7, 8 as well. So like, you can rep some quads. Like my ranges, the ones that I'm selling are not targeted towards 25 NL players, but if you want to have a look at basic ranges, like I would just like honestly just start with PokerSnowy, because those are a lot more simple. And then once you move up, you want to start investing in it. Like micro ranges should be very straightforward, just like open tight, open free X, no mixed strategies. Don't need to have like many free bet bluffs versus under the gun because they don't fold enough. Just like, you know, free bet larger because people don't fold to free bets. There's a lot of things that you can adjust, but you shouldn't really need anyone to tell you to adjust. And honestly, there's like nothing like difficult about like RNGing anyway. Like, just have the RNG up and, you know, play your mixed strategies. You know, roll a high number, roll a low number, whatever. So, giveaway very shortly, guys. Oh, what is this? I guess I'll just raise here. This makes no sense, though. Check back the turn. Alright, I guess we're getting it in. What does he have? Combo draw? King 8, okay, that's a pretty big cooler. Overbet, no blockers, fold. Yeah, that's a pretty sick cooler. I'm surprised he just like donks out on the turn though. Like, and then obviously I raise because I'm like, okay, something's up. I think he's strong. Like, don't think I really see people take that line with a bluff very often. But yeah, damn. Just getting gifted today. Calling full bet. And yeah, we can just do the good old check fold. My friend went to BTS and he said it was completely useless. Really? I mean, they don't have Gazzy B as a coach. Don't think that guy beats 25Z. Don't they have... Oh. Doesn't Gazzy play like 200 on stars? Like, for sure he'd be beating those stakes. Like, the point I'd say with like pre-flop ranges is just to give you a lot of clarity about like how you're meant to play each spot. Obviously, yeah, make some adjustments, but don't get caught up in it. Yeah, can't say much about BTS like stable. Don't really know too much about what goes on in there. Do you think Snowy is a good training tool? When you're starting out, it's a pretty good training tool because it gets you to play like reasonably solid. The thing with like all of the subscription based stuff, like yeah, maybe it's worth it. I think he's talking about CFP, which is different. It's like, oh, you're gonna give away half your profits. And to do that, you really need to be able to justify it. So you need to be able to learn directly from someone who's like crushing it. Check this board. And probably give up river. Like bluff like queen 8, jack 8, king 8. I think is a bit too high up. Yeah, I agree you should be open to resources, but there's a problem with having access to like all kinds of information, which is that you're gonna get overloaded. You're at some point gonna be getting so much content that you're not sure like what you should be following. What most people need is a simplified, like, structured process that they can kind of just blindly follow and trust in. I know some of these kinds of hands are like raised, but I think I'm just gonna fold this one, like king 10 is probably better. This is a call, multi-way. Alright, so to prepare for the giveaway, get ready to put in the keyword, guys. Oh, he plays 500, okay. Yeah. Then he's probably good. So I'll start sitting out now. $10.7. Yeah, no. Putting it in multiple times doesn't help you, by the way. So here we are. So very balanced RNG. How many people have we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's not many people. Someone, like half of the guys are gonna get it. How much did we make this session? I think we're up like 4 binds. Actually, probably more, like 5 or 6. Wow, what a session! What a session! So yeah, after this I'm gonna go play basketball. So pretty nice weather today.
It's gonna be raining at 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for the reminder. Really, raining at 8. Well, alright, I think we're ready, guys. So actually we gotta set up the coupon codes. So that will take me 1 second, and then once I've done that, we will be doing it. Let's see. Gazzy doesn't play 500, he has played it. I'm sure a lot of stars regs actually like moved down. Like 500 definitely got tougher. Alright, add offer. Okay. And that should be it. Gazzy made his money from American Fish in LA. Alright, let's roll it, guys. Good luck, everyone. So, wait, did that pop up in chat? Two, 3. Oh, I pressed that too quickly, huh? Obigo. 4. Nightbot. You guys got scams. Yeah, I'll give Nightbot. Don't have to give as many away. 1, 2, 3. Right, GG, guys. I'll do one more. Cags. Alright. GG, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll get that to you right away. And probably do a stream on Thursday or Friday. We'll see. See how I feel. Alright. Peace.